Today I'm going to start off with a question. And the question is, how many of you are scared of death? There is a particular word or a concept called Thanatophobia. It means fear of death. Yes, many of us are scared of death. It's a matter of admittance. I for myself is not really scared of death because I consider it to be an inescapable eventuality of my life, of my being. So yes, I'm going to talk about Thanatophobia, and the question begins with this, that are we really scared of death? We die, or before that we are born, and the passage of our life between birth to death is filled with various incidents, various experiences. Some are very joyous, some are very delightful, some are very despairing, some are very depressing. We come into stumbling blocks, we have to overcome them. We have losses, we have shocks, we have bereavements, we have everything under the sun. And life exactly is that. Life in itself has much to offer. If you are scared of death, you would realize that much of the happiness which comes out of the very fact of existence goes down the drain. So, the fear of death can actually frighten one or frighten you so much that you may not be able to lead a happy life. I have had clients, they are not really patient. If they are into such an abnormal state that they consider some sort of a consultation or a treatment, then they become a patient. But by and large, phobia is considered to be a mental disorder. It can be a mental problem also. A problem is not a disease. Almost 60 to 70% of people, they have a fearful state as a problem, not as a disease. But they can get transformed into disease if they do not tackle those problems. So here I come that the passage between life and death is filled with various experiences of us. Those are life experiences. We die every day, men die every day. This happens every day all around us. But we haven't really passed on to the proposition of men die or we die to I am to die. Meaning accepting that yes, there will come a final day of reckoning wherein I'll be no more. There'll be an end to my existence. We have not come to that kind of a state. We are unable to accept it. Now this lack of acceptance of the eventuality of death can create two sets of problems. That you become a person prone to existential despair. The name itself is extremely difficult to understand. It might appear to be a technical jargon. Existential despair is that condition which happens to certain individuals because of the very fact that you are living, you are existing. And the various life experiences can generate a degree of sadness, a low-spiritedness, a disenchantment inside you. And that can reflect in the form of existential despair or existential anxiety or maybe existential depression. Now, the first person who really got into the analysis of death was Martin Heidegger. He was a French existential philosopher. There is a brand of philosophy called existentialism. I'm heavily into it, and I'm a strong advocate of existentialism. Now, he first proposed or came up with this kind of a conviction. It's a personal conviction, it's open to belief or disbelief. That when a person dies, or the very fact of death is basically an internal possibility of your own being or existence. It's not an external event. It happens within you that you are no more. Soren Kierkegaard, he was another existential philosopher. He said that we are living in such a problematic time. We are in crossroads. We do not know which direction to take. We are confounded individuals because of the industrialization, modernization, and the crisis of the modern man. We are enveloped with problems. There is no escape. We are trying hard to grope at the problems, to tackle those problems, but we are failing. The reason is the problems are overpowering us. They are too much for us. We do not have the resources inside to tackle them. That's the reason we are having so many individuals who are suffering from depression nowadays. Soren Kierkegaard, he spoke about the fact that there will come a time, though it's a metaphorical statement, that suddenly the modern man might one day get up in the morning to find himself dead. It's a fictitious statement. It means that we have come to such a pass. We are just at the precipice of our existence. We can topple over and we can die. Such is the condition or the world order. Death should be accepted as a reality. I am going to be dead sometime in the future. No one knows. So are all of you. Now, the very acceptance of death as an unavoidable possibility makes it much more easier to lead a normal life. This is one. Number two, don't be scared of the news of death of someone close to you or someone who is unknown to you, but suddenly you get the news that the person is no more. Accept it. You have to accept it. You might say, we do accept. But again, the fact remains that there may be some ripples inside. Those ripples can really crack you up. Third point is that death is, just like many other phenomena which happen around us, is such a brutal reality that you got to accept it as something which you can never surpass. And the fourth important point is this, that pep yourself up. Make yourself believe in yourself. Tell yourself that you have the power within you to counter the very fact of death which snatches out of your life or snatches you to death.